you know.
Now, we will get to more of your bio,
Uh-huh.
but I want you to tell us a little bit of how did this book come to existence? Or is it
Man.
attached to the bio?
Um, because I work, because of my job, there's certain things I couldn't talk about in my book. You know what I'm saying? But to be honest with you, man, my book come from a position that I was in at work. And it was very crazy because, as a black man, when we get certain positions in life, we do everything possible to make it work, even if we're getting treated a certain way.
Word.
You're
Yeah.
still going to come to work. You're going to speak and say hello.
Yeah.
You're going to open the door. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Just because we don't want that issue and we know how far it can go. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. This is something we've been through already, right? So as we're going through that, and I'm going through this, I get this position that opens. But it's for another side of the therapy. But it's a little more easier, but you get more light shined on you because it's this new program that everybody wants to be a part of,
Right.
And so I didn't apply for it because I wasn't really tripping. I like what I do. I can work with any inmate, man,
Right.
and it's cool. Certain people don't like working with the inmates really hands-on because they're afraid of them, but they have the job, and that's a whole nother story. But the position came up, and all of a sudden, this lady I never even spoke to. This lady I never spoke to. All I did was say hello, good morning, and I go straight to doing my job. Out of nowhere, I get a call into the office, one of my supervisor's office, and they say that this woman said I sexually harassed her. So I'm like, I say, what? I said, this can't be possible, right?
Right.
Mind you, man, I'm joking, but I'm serious at the same time with my supervisor because we had that kind of relationship to where I'm like, man, my wife is like, she can't even hold my wife's bag. Why in the hell would I ever say anything to this woman?
Right.
So he's looking up the file to basically tell me what was said. And when he say what's said, he starts laughing. I go, man, what's funny? I said, I'm going to find this shit funny, man. He goes, well, she says that you said something in Spanish. And I say, what? Boogly oogly. I thought he was joking. At this point, I thought the dude was joking. I said, man, you got to be joking. He goes, no, it's written right here. She said you gave her a cat call, boogly oogly or some shit, right, in Spanish. I said, man, I don't even know Spanish, man. So that point right there, I told them, I said, do everything you guys need to do because I have 2 daughters. And I would want them, if they was in this situation, I would want them to get all the help they can until you prove otherwise. Right. So do what y'all need to do. So I went to work. I continued doing what I had to do. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they say, the supervisor tell me, well, he found that I did nothing wrong. Right? So I'm like, okay, cool, man. I told you I did nothing wrong. Let me get that in writing. So all of a sudden, everybody throws their hand up. But mind you, this girl then took the absent of leave, the whole 9. So the state then paid for all this stuff for her. Right? Without even knowing what's going on. Because the perception of me, I'm a big black dude, I had to do it.
Right.
So when they double back and they look at the cameras, they say, man, you did nothing wrong. So when I asked for this paperwork to do what I need to do, right? Defamation of character. I'm about to file my lawsuit on the back end, right? They tell me, basically, they throw their hands in the air and say, we can't write you that paper to say you did nothing wrong, but we'll tell you. So now I'm fighting against several different people because I'm knocking on everybody's door to get this letter to make sure. And mind you, they got this girl still working around me.
Right.
She's coming in my office laughing. All this stuff is going on. So with that, I start to notice some of my coworkers that don't look like me. They're all siding with her. But even though they know she's lying, I've had some of my coworkers say, man, she dead wrong for that. That's crazy. But they're still hanging out with her.
Right.
It's because the perception of me, you know what I'm saying, is taking over from reality, right? He had to do something. Why would she just lie?
Right.
Right? That's the perception.
Yeah, that's victim blaming.
There you go. There you go, right? So from there, man, I pushed the issue, and I guess I knocked on the wrong door. 2 weeks later, all of a sudden, I get another call, but this call is to HR. We have HR down where I work at. Walk down the hill, go to HR, everybody's quiet. So I'm like, hey, man, what's going on? They like, oh, we just waiting. So I know something is telling me something's going on. All of a sudden, this dude walks in. He has this trying to serve me this paper. But I won't grab the paper. I'm like, man, what is that, man? I'm not grabbing that, man. He goes, well, I'm just letting you know we got to let you go because there's a certain class you're supposed to have for your certification, and you don't have the class. So I say, hold on, man. I just transferred here 2 years ago from DJJ. When I transferred, I say, I think I talked to you. He goes, yeah, I'm the dude we was emailing back and forth before you transferred. I said, you're the dude that told me this class that you said I needed to have. I asked you because I was in school at the time. And I said, you told me I didn't have to have it because I was grandfathered in.
Right.
But I say, now 2 years later, you're telling me I'm getting let go because I don't have this class.
Right.
Well, yeah, man, I'm sorry, this, and that. So now I'm looking at it like, what the hell just happened? I've never had a write-up at work, no nothing. But all of a sudden, because I knocked on a few doors to get answers because these people were wrong, I'm looked at like I'm wrong because I'm asking questions.
Right.
So I call that, you want to police my response, but you don't want to investigate your actions, right? So that's what was going on. So I ended up getting let go. When I got let go in that room, before I got let go, I put the paper down. They wanted me to sign. I said, I'm not signing that. I said, the next thing you'll see me signing, man, is going to be my book because I'm going to be talking about what's going on here. And they kind of laughed, like, oh, yeah, okay, whatever. So I went through the whole process. We went through the court system, the whole nine. And as I went through this, they gave my job back. They had to give me my job back plus more, right? Because they didn't do what was supposed to be done.
Right.
They had a whole nother department I could have went to if I needed that class. They could have put me. My union has it's called employment development.
Right.
So we can go there and take a class or two, and the state pays for it, and you still stay in your thing if that was needed. Right. They didn't even allow me to do that. They denied me. But mind you, before this, I got 4 white friends that I work with that we're hella cool. They the one put me on game and said, hold on, man, we were in that situation 6-7 years ago.
Right.
And they say they allowed us to go to this program till we had 6 or 7 classes we needed to take.
Right.
Basically, that's a whole degree. If you know about the units, that's a whole degree.
Yeah.
So I only needed 1 class.
Right.
So they were like kind of thrown back, like, hold on, man, this is right in their face. What's going on is right in my face now. Like, what we're seeing you not getting, we got with ease, and we didn't even ask for it. So when I went to court and we had all these people there, I brought all this up. The judge was like, man, this is ridiculous. Like, y'all got to, he asked me, when do you want to start back work? I was like, I was getting ready to go on vacation. So I'm like, if I can, November, right? So he's like, November 1st, show up, you're there. So as I was going through this process, man, I was writing my book. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't quite done with it, but a lot of this came from that situation, just watching how I was treated when I done nothing wrong at all, but done what I was supposed to do and done my job and treated people with respect.
Right.
But oftentimes, like in my book, it talks about when you carry so much respect, sometimes that brings a lot of evil and judgment to you. Why is he so happy? Why is he, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, that's why that you kind of get that from Deion Sanders.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Deion
sir.
Sanders ain't never been in no kind of trouble.
Sir. Yes, sir.
He's just black, and he makes everything look so easy. They just don't like that level of confidence and cockiness.
Okay.
And Deion Sanders, coming in with a Jerry curl catching the ball, but it's nothing illegal.
No.
Not a scandal. Not a nothing.
No, sir.
He has never been in any kind of trouble ever.
Yep.
He just been black.
Yes, sir.
Unapologetically.
Yep.
And some people really can't handle that. It's crazy how those things. I had situations like that happen. It ain't about me. So I'm happy that brothers like you did what you had to do the paperwork, because some people be like, this is my sign to sell dope.
For sure.
God, you ain't got to tell me to grab a beaker.
Man, for real. Right.
Baking soda it is, Lord.
For real.
If my Lord say I should be selling dope, that's what I'm...
that came to a mind or two.
Right.
For real.
Oh, you
For
said
real.
get a cracking Jesus. Okay, well. You end up being Franklin in 2 days.
So that... With that, man, I wasn't quite done with the book when I got to work. So in my head, we have like probably 15 minutes in between our therapeutic groups. So I say, man, I need to get this book done, right? Because if I don't, I'm not going to do it. So in between my groups, I would leave. So what I would do is I would set my groups up, leave, do my notes real fast, go back into this other room and finish writing my book and correcting whatever I need to correct. So at this time, I'm in here so frequent. I'm in here like every other day. It's called they call it a wellness center they built for us. To go in there, you're supposed to relax and stretch and think and pose and stuff like that. So I go in there. I'm using it though, right? So I remember our head chief walks by and she never speaks to me. Never ever spoke to me. Just never speak. I don't know why, and I just accept it. It's cool, man. I make enough money not to complain about you speaking. It's all good. So she walks by, but we have 2 windows and 2 different doors. So she walks by, I have my glasses on, but I have my book up, and I'm looking up, but she can't tell because I got my glasses on. She walks by and she looks in the window like this, but she thinks I'm reading, and I'm looking dead at her. In my head, I'm like, I hope she doesn't fail me. Because I know what she's finna do, but I hope she doesn't fail me, man, and just keeps going and leave me alone. She doubles back, looks in the other window, comes right back, opens the door, and she says, "What are you doing?" I act like I'll say, oh, man, I'm just sitting here working on some stuff I need to work in. I got a group coming up in about 10 minutes. She goes, she's looking around. "You can't have that in here." She's talking about my little water jug, right? And I look, I go, "Well, ma'am, this is a place I can relax. There's rules in here. You can't be in here like this, right?" But God is always on time. It just so happened there was a rule thing on the table, and I point at it. I go, "It says here I can have water, but I can't have soda or nothing else, but water is acceptable." She looks at that paper, storms off. She writes a big-ass email. The email go to everybody in the prison. All of a sudden, that email got shut down. And the reason why I think it got shut down, somebody said, "Hey, you're doing too much.
Yeah.
You can't do that."
We can't have water. Right.
But in reality, see, this is the whole thing right here. And my name came from this. Her perception was, I'm in here bullshitting around, not doing my job. Right? Mm-hmm. But in reality, I've done my job and more. Everything was already set up. All I got to do is walk back in my class when they bring the inmates in, do my job. But her perception was, I'm just bullshitting.
Right.
Right? So the reality, I'm doing my thing and I'm getting my book done.
Right.
So at the end of that, when my book finally dropped, I sent the email to her. "Hey, ma'am, I just wanted to thank you for your motivation, man. When you came in, I was finishing my book. And I wanted to send you a link, man. Just check it on out, ma'am. It was great." I never got a response back. You get what I'm saying here? Because now that perception she has of me, this black brother has a book. Hold on, he wrote a book? My son hasn't even wrote a book. My daughter hasn't even wrote a book. So the perception is killed.
Right.
But with perception comes ego.
Right.
You're never going to let that perception go because my ego is worth more than the reality itself. Right?
See, that's what we got to keep on. This is the way that we fight back. Mm-hmm. This is the new protest. This is the new riot. We got to riot with our minds.
Yes, sir.
We got to show them how intelligent we are. Mm-hmm. I had a situation like that. Now, I'm a school bus driver.
Okay.
I drive school buses, and I remember I got to this place, but I already been a truck driver for 20 years. Mm-hmm. I just wanted a job where I could come home every day. Okay. So it's not like I just chose to get a job where I'm home.
Yeah.
I remember we was driving buses, and one of the buses, the seats didn't move back and forth.
Gotcha.
But the other bus, I fit perfect in the bus.
Gotcha.
Just being tall and stuff like that. And one time I was training in a bus, and they put me in a different bus so some trainees can train in the bus that I was in at first. Okay. So the bus they put me in, the seat didn't move back and forth, so I couldn't get in it. And they was like, "Tristan, we had to switch buses. How's that bus working out for you?" I said, "This bus is the seat is too small for me, but it would be perfect for the trainees because these trainees, they were some Mexican dudes. They were shorter, and their legs would have been close.
Yeah, yes, sir.
It would have fit." Somebody told this lady, God, I said this over the radio. Somebody told this lady, I get a text back and said, "Tristan, how could you say something like that?" And I'm driving, and I hear that on the radio, and she was like, "You got to talk to me in the office or whatever." And I still got kids to drop off. I'm like, I'm getting fired from this job already. Yeah. What did I say? Because, I try to not be a comedian at work.
Got you.
Because, this is, I got 50 children on the bus. That ain't the time to play.
Yes, sir.
When you think about your kids, you don't want no goofy cat driving your kids somewhere. Nah. So I have to show, extra professionalism because we talking about people's children. People will kill you over their children. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I try to be extra professional with the actual driving and stuff like that.
Okay, as you should. You ain't swerving, huh?
Right, but I said
you ain't third laning.
None of that.
You ain't open up the doors and nothing.
And even on the radio, I understand that this is a radio.
Yeah.
Everybody can hear it.
Everybody.
The gardener, the principals of each and every school, a counselor, everything. When I put something on there, this isn't an open mic. I just get to say some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
This is like that. So I was like, did I say something that I didn't understand that I said? All I said was, this seat would be right for the trainees.
Yeah.
And then she finally pulled me to the side and she was like, oh, I'm sorry. Somebody I didn't hear it, but somebody told me that you said this seat would be right for the Chinese. But it was.
Yeah, you got short hearing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right.
You looking for a fight.
So that would have been racist.
Yeah.
And,
yes, sir.
It took it was actually another white person said no. He said trainees.
Yeah.
Because they were training in his bus.
Yeah.
But they was ready to go off on me and tell me how I need to watch what I say, and I'm like, I'm 40 years old. You know what I mean? If I don't know right from wrong right now, I probably ain't gonna know it. Yeah, but I can understand. That actually turned out good. I got a apology, and we just let it be water under the bridge. But people was telling on me was something that I didn't ever even say.
Well, the perception of you're a big black dude.
I must be trying to make a joke against Chinese people because
you're a jokester. Right. You're a comedian.
And people don't even understand that. Just like how you said you watch how you behave when you're at work so you can make other people feel comfortable. If you walked into work with a headache, somebody might think you trying to fight them. Oh, he didn't smile and say hi to us. So if we don't tap dance, we can make a bunch of people uncomfortable.
Yes, sir.
So me being 6'3" and this big, if I didn't say hi to everybody, do you know how uncomfortable people would be? I have to tap dance. I can have a stomach ache. I can have a headache. It's, Tristan didn't say hi to me. Did I do something wrong? I'm scared. My husband just say I got to leave early. Yeah. Just because I didn't say hi. So my high's got to be like, hey, the sun is out. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then I got to make sure that saying that the sun is out ain't nothing sexual. You know what I mean?
Keep it sharp.
I'll be like, hey. When I talk to them, all right, hey. I don't even say real words. I'm like, yo, because they will take anything and say,
and run with it. And run with it.
Did he say that my booty has sunshine on it? Now I'm in a sexual harassment class. So now they be thinking I'm trying to be funny. No, I'm trying not to end up like Emmett Till.
I think that situation more hurt me and drove me because it was a situation where I came in making sure I wasn't doing anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So, knowing is half the battle.
Right.
So when you've been through a lot in life, you already know what's foreseen and is going to come your way. So you try your best to walk around it. And that's what really hurts me. And I believe a lot of people so bad when you actually try and walk around it still comes your way. Yeah. You kind of get what I'm saying? So
they got this meme that they say every chubby person, no matter what, when they fall down, they're going to make sure their stomach is covered up.
Yeah, right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It could be, they could be getting shot. They're going to cover up the stuff. They could be in the middle of a car wreck.
But that's another.
We are cautious that we not supposed, if a big dude is supposed to be cautious that he's not supposed to be out here sloppy.
Yeah, yes, sir.
A man got to be cautious that he's not making a woman feel ugly and ain't making her feel like you sexualizing her. Yeah. Because that's mean if you be like, okay, well, I'm not going to say if I like your hair or not. I don't know how you going to handle that. You know what I mean? You might feel ugly around me because I'm not going to compliment you. We're not playing those games.
It's funny that you say that, man. I've been working for the state for many years, and I remember working at another prison, and we're all sitting there, but the way our chairs are made, our desk is like this way, and another desk faces the opposite way. So when I turn around, I will see your back.
Right.
Right? So I had a coworker, and she was a female. Heck of cool, man, one of my folks. And I turn around, and her ass is out. You know, her shirt's lifted up, but she doesn't know. She's just typing away. And I'm sitting there like, do I say something or do I not? You know what? I'm going to go get someone else
to say it.
And I'm going to let them come say it, right? And I had to go get my other partner and like, hey, can you tell her, man, just to pull her shirt down, woo, woo. And then she turned around. She's like, oh, Terrell, you could have just told me. I'm like, man, I don't really only want to, I said, that's a little too close for me, you know?
Right.
But that's the cautious of how we kind of, the protective circle, how we got work our way around stuff to not be in that type of situation.
Right. So I'm like, I'm working in a job, and my real world looked like this: just black friends, black family members, black everything. So to be making people feel uncomfortable who ain't even a part of my real world if I didn't have a job, it's kind of weird. So I'm like, me being professional is this, but I wouldn't even know y'all if I didn't have a job. Y'all don't go where I go.
Yeah. I got another one though for you, and this is a lot of athletes go through this. You get your scholarship. They, as a football player, do they want you skinny or big? They want you big, right? So you pump weights. You get strong. You get yoked. You get your muscles on or whatever. You're doing your workouts. You get to college. You got some type of program where you working out 4 a.m. in the morning. Then you coming back and working out again. So you're working to get big for football season.
Right.
I never forget our housing officer. I got in trouble, and the first thing she says was, look how big you are. And I look at her and say, you know I play football, right? And she's like, well, look how big you are, though. So, you know, people will take you a little differently. So it's like a God-given thing that's given to you. The school is paying for you to work out every day. They're giving you the nutrition. They're giving you the nutrition to look big and everything to look big and look mighty. But yet still, when it boils down to it, we're going to use that against you and say, hey, man, look how big you are.
When a campus officer has to shoot you.
There you go. There you go, right?
Because you left the cafeteria.
There you go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.